In the business world, they say a first impression is made in just a few seconds. But that feeling can last for years. It's a pretty high-stakes moment, right? But what if I told you that absolutely nailing it just comes down to a few simple, powerful phrases? Well, today, we're breaking down the art of the business introduction, giving you the exact tools to make every single first meeting a huge success.
So let's just ask it straight up. How do you make a great first impression? It's a question that can cause a ton of anxiety. But honestly, the answer is way simpler than you think. This isn't about some complicated strategy or a clever opening line. It's just about having a few polished, reliable phrases ready to go. By the end of this, you'll have them down cold.
Okay, let's talk about time. We're talking about the first 7 seconds. That's it. That's your entire window to set the tone for the whole interaction. It all starts right there with that simple hello. That initial greeting can make all the difference.
And look, getting this right is the foundation for everything that comes next. You don't need some grand, elaborate speech. You just need the right building blocks. The simple, clear tools we're about to cover are exactly that. Your foundation for walking into any business situation with total confidence.
All right, so where do we begin? Well, it starts with the very first words that come out of your mouth. Let's dig into how to choose the right formal greeting so you can kick off the conversation with real polish and professionalism.
My advice? Keep it simple and professional. There are really only 3 greetings you need to know. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. They're classic for a reason. They're understood everywhere, they're always respectful, and they're your first step to showing you're on the ball.
And the rule for picking the right one? It couldn't be more straightforward. Good morning is your go-to for the first part of the day, usually up until noon. After that, you'll switch over to good afternoon, and then as the day wraps up and it gets dark, good evening is the one you want. Easy, right?
Okay, so you've nailed the greeting. Now what? It's time to actually introduce yourself. And to make it totally painless, we've got a simple, memorable formula that works every single time.
Okay, here it is, your 3-step introduction formula. First, your name. My name is. Second, your role or what you do. I work as a. And third, where you're from, like your company. I am from. But here's the really cool part. You don't always need to use all 3. The power is in its flexibility.
Let's see this in action. Take this example. Hello, my name is Sarah. I work as a sales assistant. Did you notice how she only used the first 2 steps? It's concise, it's super clear, and it gives the other person exactly what they need to know right away. It's pretty much perfect. But of course, an introduction isn't a monologue, right? It's a two-way street. So what do you say when someone introduces themselves to you? Let's flip the script and see how to respond with that same level of polish.
When it's your turn to respond, you've got a couple of fantastic professional options. You can simply say, "Nice to meet you." Or, for a slightly more formal feel, you can go with, "It's a pleasure to meet you." Both of these work beautifully to keep that positive energy going.
So, which one do you pick? Well, think of it this way. Nice to meet you is your classic all-purpose go-to. It's friendly, it's professional, and you can never, ever go wrong with it. It's a pleasure to meet you just adds a little extra weight. It sounds a bit more formal and communicates a bit more enthusiasm, which is great for those more formal settings.
All right, so we've covered the greeting, the introduction, and the response. We have all the pieces of the puzzle. Now let's put them all together and see what a really smooth, complete, and confident exchange actually sounds like.
So, check this out. Person A kicks it off with the perfect greeting for the time of day. Good afternoon. Then, boom, the 2-step intro. My name is Sarah, I work as a sales assistant, and person B closes the loop perfectly with that enthusiastic, formal response. It's a pleasure to meet you, Sarah. See? It's professional, it's polite, and the whole thing takes just a few seconds. That's all there is to it.
And that's really the secret, isn't it? You don't need to be some super charismatic genius to make a fantastic first impression. You just need to master these few simple phrases. They are the keys to unlocking a powerful, positive start to literally any professional conversation.
So now you have the framework. You've got the tools. The next time you walk into a conference, a meeting, or a networking event, you're going to be ready. So the only question left is, with this newfound confidence, what conversation will you start?